So here, this is how I'm gonna be adding a charger. I'm gonna come out of this switch. This one has positive and negative, 14 volts. Alright, and this is how it looks when it's completed. So here you press this button and this is an on. Okay, check this out. Grab it and you plug it in and boom. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm just testing before putting everything back. But this is basically what I wanted. Something here on the wall, more visible and super easy to reach instead of reaching in the ceiling. So this is exactly what I wanted, and it looks good. Okay, so this little device here is very easy to install, very simple. Power in, power out, positive and negative. It's really small, and this is perfect for what I wanted. As you can see here, I disconnected the power that was going to the lights and I added this kind of like a switch. The only thing that I see is that my RV is using the black as power and the white as negative. Most of the time it's always red power and black negative, but that's why you really need to have one of these tools, a multimeter, so you can actually see which is your power and which is your negative. You really need to know what you're doing. It's really easy to make a short and burn fuses or create a problem. This little device has this little button right here to turn it on and off manually in case you need it. Alright, so I put another switch over there next to the bed just in case you're laying down and you forgot to turn off the lights. You can actually reach. And this one here, yep, this is a lot better. Just what I wanted. This is a must, just because kids don't really reach to the ceiling, but this, it's reachable. It's kind of like a three-way. So this is a nice thing to have. Really easy to install. Everything is hidden in the wall. It looks nice. Okay, so another modification that I did on the RV is related to the gas. And because this RV is already connected to my house, it's not using propane anymore. It's actually connected to the natural gas coming from the house. Let me show you here something. Alright, so yeah. So if you can see, okay, these little guys right here, I think they're called gas orifice. You need to swap these guys out and get something with the hole that's slightly bigger, because these guys, the ones that came from factory, they are meant to be used with propane, which is, I think they call it high flow, and they have a smaller hole. Now you have to replace these guys in order to work properly. And because now it's connected to the house, I think it's now low pressure gas. I'm gonna do here, I hate that I need to open this door to be able to turn on the lights here. This is for outside. It doesn't make any sense here, but that's for the outside. And then we have this one here, and this one you have to turn it manually. So I'm gonna do something here. They could have just put all the switches right here. Like I said, because this RV is already set up in my house, when it comes cold weather, I'd rather use this little portable heater instead of the gas. So I have a dedicated circuit outside, a dedicated circuit that is only feeding only this outlet right here. So this is in 120 volts dedicated circuit, 20 amp, only for my heater. Now here in the bedside, this is where I had a real issue. I'll show you what I did. Here for the mattress section, I always had an issue with the way the frame was made. So this plywood would always bend like towards the end like this, maybe because of the weight, who knows, and it was deforming this little panels right here that covers the gap. Everything was getting a little deformed. So this is what I did. I added this little wall right here, if you can call that. So I added this to support the weight of these guys. I added these guys. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. The bed only came with these guys, super small, and they don't sit on nothing. This is just to keep the, basically their idea was to just to keep the plywood straight, but that was not enough. It was only one here, and one on the other side. But like I said, the plywood was going like this. So now the bed is actually sitting on something. And same thing over there. You see that was actually bending like this. Same thing over here. It was not straight anymore. It was going. So I added this. I added that. And now the weight is sitting on this one here and this one here with 4 of these guys. All right. All other thing that I changed here is these little lights. They were okay for a couple years. Those were the factory ones. They were not that bright. They were okay, but they went out. So I was able to find replacements on Amazon, same size, same style. They are brighter and they're not that expensive, kind of cheap, super easy to replace. Just pulling down a couple wires and that's it. So I replaced all of them, and now it looks pretty bright at night. So here I have another issue. There used to be a different fan, but nothing on the wall. One of those ugly fans that had like a little knob to kind of like this one, where you could open the lid or close it, and that was only manually, and they had a switch to turn it on and off, but nothing on the wall. So to me that was very inconvenient. That was kind of like very cheap to put in an RV, because if you're not tall enough, you wouldn't be able to reach. A kid wouldn't reach. I'm not tall. I'm like 5'7", and I can barely reach. So I gotta go like this to be able to reach. That was a little inconvenient. My little daughter, which is about this height, she would never be able to reach in it. So they did 2 switches, one for night light, which is cool, and the other one was for this light. So it's ridiculous that they did a switch for this little light instead of having a switch for the fan. So that's one of the things that I replaced. I found this beautiful one on Amazon. This one has the manual controls, and this one here, just in case your remote control ever goes bad. So I wish I had made a video how to install this one, because it's not that difficult. It's 4 screws here, and then you remove these covers. Once you remove this cover, you are able to see the wires connection, which is only 2 wires, black and white, positive and negative. And you gotta go on the roof, remove all the screws around the the old fan and put the new one in. Use the same screws if you want to, and then reseal it with waterproof sealant, something for RV roof. So this is what I use to seal back the fan. It works fine, no issues. And put everything back. Super easy to install. Now this one here, to me, is one of the things that you must have if you have kids. So look. And supposedly this one has a rain sensor. I haven't tested it. Supposedly when it rains it should close itself, but I don't know. I haven't tested, and I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to be testing that any soon. So with that, then you have the fan full speed, or if you think it's too loud, you can always reduce the speed of it and it gets quieter. This is a beautiful thing. See, now it's at 10%, which is going to be super slow. It shows you how the lid is up. It's already up. Now the air, it's moving in a way that is sucking air out of the RV, or you can flip it, which is, what was the button? Out in here. See, now it's gonna stop and then it's gonna spin the other way, and now it's gonna bring fresh air in. I can already feel it, and it's only at 10%. So one of the good things that let's put it out so I can condition out. So one of the good things about this is that when you wanna just turn it off, it will close the lid itself and turn it off. Check it out. It's off. It's closing. And then it turns off the fan. So the cool thing about this one here is that even if the lid is closed, you can still get air out of the RV, because it's made in a way that has like a little channel that grabs the air from here and pulls it out towards that way. I'll try to show you a little bit, but this one can also work when the lid is down. So this is a very cool thing to have. The only thing that I'm probably wishing that I had, maybe a timer. This one I replaced it too, because the one that came with the RV, super close. Super hard to wash your hands, or you're brushing your teeth, stuff like that. I'm going to be replacing this toilet for the ones that has a tank, kind of like the ones that you use in the house, a regular house. But my only issue is that this one is a 10 inches rough in, so it's been a little complicated to find one that is affordable for me at this moment, because the 10 inches, it seems to be a little more expensive than the 12 inches. So that's something I'm going to work on it maybe next year. And definitely I'm going to get rid of this shower and throw a shower that doesn't have a top. And if I have to remove the tank, I'll do it if it's on the way. If not, top and see if I can throw some doors here, because I hate these curtains. Definitely when I do more upgrades or replace more stuff, I'm gonna throw videos. And one of the things that I am gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of this dining stuff. It's complicated to get into that spot. It's always this one or that one, and plus it seems like it's taking a lot more space than what you probably need. And right now they have a cover, these covers that I had to order, they were not cheap. They're like $700 for a set, which is ridiculous just for covers. But the leather that these things are using is super weak. This leather, it's super weak. They only lasted a couple months before they started to peel off. So I look online to see what was the price of new to replace them new, and they're pretty close to $4,000. So I'm thinking of maybe just getting rid of this whole dining section and just throw a little table for only 2 people, and it will give me more room. I'm gonna get rid of this carpet. I have tried my best to keep it as clean as possible, but this part right here always gets dirty. I want to get rid of this carpet and just try to do a floor that will match something like this and have a floor instead. I do want to get rid of this sofa bed, whatever that is, and just put like a regular 2-seat sofa, because it's the same material as this. So this is, to me, this is a downside, but you know, it was made to travel and not to stay here all the time. So I'm gonna give credit to that. But this is like a vinyl, high temperature resistant, and for when you're cooking and you're splashing oils or something hot, it won't stain your wood. And right there too, I have a piece going all the way to here, right there, more easy to clean. Okay, so here what I'm doing is, because this light which is over the sink is basically one of those that you have to press here. I want to get rid of that. I want that one to be connected with these two and a switch. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm gonna bypass these switches and use these guys here where I don't have to open this door. So what I'm doing right now, I'm gonna disconnect the light from the original wire, and I'm gonna run a new wire for that light and bring it over here to the point where the switch connects this two, and that will give me the option to have this two with this light. Okay, so here I have it completed. So I relocated my layout. So this is going to be for my outside light, the one up here. So that's going to be for the outside. This is going to be my, basically the countertop kitchen. These two right here and the sink. That's how I wanted them, 3 together. And this is going to be basically for the rest. 1, 2, 3, 4 lights right here. At least to me that makes more sense, to be able to just walk in and see the switches right away instead of being opening doors and look for them. All right, so with this tool I was able to fish the wire from here to here. I was able to send the wire from here to the switch panel with this fish line. So these tips, they really help when it comes to run wires. I was able to jump over to this light, and I was able to jump over to that light over there on the shower. So having one of these fish tips is really going to help you. That's the name. Ready for electrical work. Yeah. So this is it.